Warning: the following contains explicit language and subject matter that may not be suitable for younger listeners, church folk, and people who enjoy kale smoothies.
I don't care. I didn't have anything. Didn't have time, and my battery died.
Fair enough.
I saw it.
Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to A Pod Amongst Men. I'm your host, Steve B., and these are Coffee Break Conversations for the 21st century. Back in studio, you guys already know my lovely lady, Betty B. Now, if you guys remember going back, any faithful listeners, you remember Mirny PG.
PG.
I don't know. Do you want to use just G or do you want to use both?
I don't care.
I don't know. You Cubanas are such modern independent women.
She is Payan Garcia,
Yes, I am.
just like me.
Yes, I am.
You're not Payan Garcia.
No, I'm sorry.
She
You know what I meant.
I thought you were gonna call her She-Man.
Well,
So
Well,
for anybody
that's
listening,
a good topic.
yeah, we can get it now. We're not going to touch trans issues tonight. But anybody listening and watching, you guys, this is late Sunday night now. Been a long day,
It's
for you
been
two,
a
at
fun
least.
day.
so we're having a few adult beverages here, beers, and
Cheers.
Having
cheers,
some COVID.
salud. Having some what?
COVID.
Some COVID? Some
Corona.
Get it, get
Well played, well played. So I don't usually get to have ladies on the show.
How do you feel about it?
Well, I mean, if it's you, I feel good. If it's anybody else, I feel concerned.
Yeah, you're not allowed to have it.
Yeah, that's gonna
Is it
involve
safe?
Your
some
wives are in the
severe
shooting.
negotiations in the house.
Mhm.
But one of the things I wanted to ask you guys is I've seen shows that like they have like podcasts. It's called one called like, Guys We Fucked, and it's all about like dates and stuff like.
That's funny.
It's
I have a
it's-
few of those.
But obviously, I feel like women have the experiences of men, which are obviously completely different from ours. From a
Mhm.
guy experiencing other men, with a woman, it's a very different perspective.
Mhm.
And I wanted to talk about some of like the more funny stuff and like embarrassing and like terrible shit that guys do, like trying to pick up women.
Mhm.
So the first thing I want to ask you guys was like, what's some of like the worst pickup attempts that guys have tried on you? Because I know obviously the two of you, if you guys are watching, you could tell that guys have tried to pick them both up before. It's obvious. But like, what would you say is like the most awkward, like just a guy?
I think I told you one of those today.
Well, you told me.
Pickup line
You
that
didn't
said,
tell the rest of the world.
somebody said to me, "Do you have any kids? Because my kids will look great inside of you."
That's so
Ew.
wrong.
That's the creep, and it's really
That's
creepy. Did he whisper
creepy.
it to you? Was he driving a van?
He
He was trying to sound sexy, like all the.
he wrote it. It was
You
TikTok.
wrote it
TikTok.
on TikTok. Oh,
Follow me on TikTok.
that's because you're putting up all those.
She has 10,000 followers.
Because she's putting up all those
100,
thirst traps.
2,100.
Wow.
You familiar with the term thirst trap?
Yes, I am very
Yeah.
thirsty.
Well, no, the guys leaving creepy comments are thirsty. You not so much, although it's a trap. You attract those kind of guys.
That's okay. I don't mind. It's not like
She's
they
not
can
gonna
go
date
inside the
them.
phone. Yeah, I don't care. They can look all they want. They just can't touch.
That's really the worst thing, though. That's
That's pretty.
I mean,
no,
it's
I
not
had one
good.
in Spanish, but I don't know how to translate it.
¿Cómo es?
I was walking down the street and he goes to me, "Mami, qué cara mamalona más rica tú tienes."
Oh my God.
Okay, the translation, por favor.
Translation to like you
It's
look
wrong.
good, like such a great dick sucker.
Oh.
Yeah.
Mm.
And I'm like, I feel
Wow.
like what do they think that a woman is gonna answer to a comment like that? Like, yes, I am. Yeah, like
How did you know?
exactly. Like, what do you expect a
I
woman to
know.
answer to that? Like, oh yes, call me. That was so attractive.
Well, it's the same thing that it goes with the comments. Like, what? How do you see this going in your head, guy? Like, what do
I
you think is
know.
going to happen?
Exactly.
What are you trying to achieve?
Like, does a guy really believe, like, he puts that out and a girl's like, I was actually looking for someone to impregnate me?
Exactly.
And you're so bold,
Let's do it. Let's make
why
it
not?
happen.
Yeah. Why don't you just, put
You
some kids in
cute.
me?
You're cute. Why
Yeah,
not?
You're cute with your, with your profile picture of, like, a Punisher skull. Like, you must be cute, I'm sure.
So strong.
Yeah.
Wow. Do you have any
I-
hair, or is that like an actual photo?
I would really like to know what goes what goes through a guy's mind
Mhm.
when they
Me too.
decide to ask a girl that question.
Mhm.
Sometimes I really feel like maybe they're not really interested in the girl at all because they know that she's not gonna respond,
Mm-hmm.
or maybe they have low self esteem and they throw those comments because they know the girl is not gonna respond. Because if they had high self esteem, or if they would find a girl that actually goes, "Oh yeah, let's do it," they'll be like,
No, thank you. Bye.
Exactly. You know, I don't know.
There's a it was a viral video that this girl, she's got like plastic surgery and stuff, so it's somebody's recording from inside a car, and the guy's driving, and he sees this girl walking by, and he's yo mom, and he's yelling all this stuff at her. So what she does is she actually just walks around and just opens his passenger door and sits down inside. She goes, "All right, let me see your dick." He's like, "What?" She said, "I said let me see your dick." He's like, "Well, yo, what? You're not gonna give me like your number first?" And she's like, I knew you were full of shit," and she just walks out and like called him out.
That's
but now,
true.
I mean,
I feel like women should do that.
but that's
Oh my
Absolutely.
god, that would be so great.
They
It
will
was
go like
clearly
that. Will
staged.
be the reaction. Like, oh, what?
I really think that would be their reaction. Like,
Mhm.
yeah. You know what the real reaction would be if you really tried that? Like, hey, does this napkin smell like chloroform to you? That's what it would really be like. Don't go getting in strangers' cars. But the point is, like, these guys, they don't really think this through.
Mhm.
And as a guy, I've always wondered, like, what did you think was going to happen? Like, what's the success rate of those?
What was your
comments?
pickup line?
My pickup line?
Yeah.
I didn't have a line.
I don't know, something that you would. How would you pick up girls?
I don't know. Hey, can I buy you guys a round of drinks at Pat
Which you
O'Brien's?
did.
Yeah. I said that kind of tongue in cheek, but
it worked.
I know
Yeah.
it did.
I don't know. I was just wondering that like this entire social media pages dedicated to just like the worst attempts, like guys in like their worst behavior. It's like it happens so much that I really need to know. Does the shit even fucking work?
No,
I
don't
met
think
Chris on social media,
Well,
That's
how
true.
so?
Instagram.
Instagram.
It was not like I know, but it was not like singles chat or something like
Oh
that.
no,
Or
I met
a
him on
dating
Instagram.
website.
and
Click, like. I met a guy like that too.
All right, so
It was one like, then another like, then
and you
something
like
is
each
there.
other back and
There's-
forth.
Right.
mhm.
but he
Oh,
wrote to me.
But all right, so tell us this.
Mm-hmm.
Can you tell us a story?
He just wrote to me like, "Hi," and I'm like, "Hi," you know.
For the record, Chris is her husband,
mhm.
father of her children. So
yeah, and
clearly something worked.
yeah, it worked. We started talking, and I was talking to another guy at the moment that he wrote to me, and he invited me out. He's like, "Look, I would like to get to know you. Maybe you want to come hang out with me. I'll take you for a ride in the jet ski
Jet ski.
because he had a jet ski."
He,
Mm.
he
One-
got you at
and then
that
I
one.
was like, "No, thank you. I'm talking to somebody." But he knows I didn't have pictures with this person, so he was like, "I knew it was nothing serious." That's what he says now.
Did he say, "Oh, you look like you suck really good dick"?
No.
no, never.
So then
Just checking for a pattern.
exactly. So then he's kind of stopped, but then like a few weeks later, he would write to me again. Like I would post pictures that I was going out or something, and he'll be like, "So where are you going?" And I'm like, "I'm going dancing." And he was like, "Well, can I pass by so I can school you?" And I'm like, "Please, you school me, okay?" And like that, little things like that. And eventually, I stopped talking to the guy that I was talking to, and when he found out, he was like, "Now are you gonna go on a date with me? I'll pick you up. We'll have some fun. We'll go ride jet ski, and that's it. Nothing else." I said, "Fine, I'll go ride jet ski. Why not? What the hell?" And I went to ride jet ski, and it was the best
It
time
clicked.
that I've ever had. And that's it.
And then we met.
Best time, honestly, best.
Best
time.
date. That's very.
Is he the only
It was
guy?
like Hitch.
Yeah.
The
Yeah,
first
well,
day was
except
on
he
a
didn't get
just-
like a roundhouse kicked across the face.
No,
No.
that didn't happen.
No.
And
No.
is he the only guy you've ever met on social media?
Yes. No. I'm lying. Joe Angel I met on social media.
I know that was an epic.
That didn't work out very well.
Who was this?
A guy,
The
we
guy
don't-
before Chris.
Yeah.
He was right.
No,
Well, him and the Italian were together. So yeah, before Chris.
they were together. Like
I mean, like, I met them at the same time.
okay. What were you doing?
Kind of
Okay.
dating both of them at the same time.
Yeah, that's
Ooh.
what I was getting at.
What You can
Why
date.
not? Why not? Dating?
yes,
You're
it
not
could be dating.
exclusively
Yeah.
dating.
How old were you at the time?
This was 8 years ago.
No, but it's not only that. You always ask
25.
that question. Like, are we? Is it just you and me? Are you open to date other people? That's you open. I don't know. You talked
We
about those
were
things.
never exclusive.
Exactly
Like boyfriend and girlfriend. We were just like dating.
I mean, like, technically, it's
So
fair.
I dated. You know.
Yeah. You asked me. Are we exclusive? Are we
Mm.
going to see other people? You asked me
Yeah.
that question.
I asked Chris.
You
Really?
did?
Are you going to make me your girlfriend / wife? And we had just met.
Is that really what you said?
I didn't say wife. I
Oh,
did
okay.
say girlfriend.
Like, that is aggressive.
I was very aggressive.
Really setting the tone for the rest of the relationship.
You know, and the first date, besides jet ski, we did a lot more than that. He kind of impressed me. So
Really?
So you said, "Huh,
Yeah.
this is the one."
Did he? But he could like mashed potato. He could do the
No,
twist.
I'm gonna ask something.
yeah, he did.
I'm gonna ask something. What do you think
Hey,
about?
talking to the mic.
I'm sorry.
Sex on the first date.
Yes,
I love it.
I wanted to ask
I
that.
know. Because
What do you
and me,
think? Yeah,
we're
you're here. We have the same DNA. I'm just kidding. That's an internal joke. Okay.
Yes.
I'm sure.
Why do you?
I agree with it 100% as long as you are of age
Mm-hmm.
and mature enough to do it and handle that it's just sex. If it becomes something else,
But
fine.
that's the thing. Like, there's
I
a lot of
feel
old
like-
school mentality where they say,
And I
"Oh,
f-
don't give it up
Mhm.
too easy. He will lose
Screw.
respect for
And-
you."
And I
That's not
feel
true.
like
No, it's not.
people look.
I mean,
like,
I don't
even
believe it. I'm sure
guys-
there's guys that think that.
No, I'm still listen. There are, but it's not a rule. You know what I mean? And especially nowadays, I don't think that really. I don't think waiting makes you a better person.
We're in the 21st century.
Yeah.
And the thing is, look, I'm an independent woman. I have a career. I'm old. I have kids. Old, I mean, like, not a child, like 13, 14 years old, you know.
Mhm.
You know what you're doing.
You know, I
you know what
already
you
lost
want.
my virginity for
Mhm.
crying out loud. I have
Everybody-
kids. I
exactly.
pay my bills.
We know what's up.
Sex is one of Maslow's hierarchies of needs.
Hmm.
Okay? Shelter, food, sex is one of them. So why can't we as women, independent women, say, you know what?
I want
I'm
it.
single. I want to
Why
have
not?
sex tonight.
Well, a couple things. One, you absolutely can. Two, the older you get, I think it's actually a waste of time.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if you already are vibing with the person, you're enjoying yourself, then if you want to, do it. I mean,
Exactly.
why fuck around and wait? Like,
And play that game. Then
Yeah.
no.
If you have the chemistry,
why not?
exactly.
that's just
and
is.
think about this.
But
Think about
there's
this.
but the problem. Okay, I feel like the thing is that some guys, if you do have sex on the first date, they say, okay, this is not for a serious relationship. So it's not only us; it's that you guys set
that
that
depends
tone.
on the maturity of the guy.
And that
Exactly.
tells you that that's not the right guy. Then
Correct.
Exactly.
Correct.
move on.
If
That
you're listen,
depends.
if you're okay with it and he thinks that means he can't respect
Mhm.
you, then
That-
clearly now you know that he was not the right one.
Correct.
Exactly.
You weren't on the
Correct.
same page.
My Chris never thought that way. Honestly, we both thought that because we met each other on social media, and I'm very open and he's very open, that it was just gonna be like a one-time thing. You
Mhm.
know, we had chemistry. It was a great date. We wanted to end it even greater, so we had sex and we had an amazing time. Was I expecting him to call me the next day? Honestly, no.
Yeah, so even you had it in your head a little bit.
I knew it. I
That's
was
like the way we're
forget it. He's-
programmed.
Yeah, because he was a little slut. Because I saw him on his
Uh-huh.
pictures with a whole bunch of girls, you know. And I'm just like, this is just going to be fun. And that's it. If I like him, I'll do it. If I don't like him, I won't. I liked him. I wanted to have sex.
Mm-hmm.
So did he.
Mhm.
And that's it. Next day, he messages me. And of course, I message him back. And then so on and so forth. That's it. It worked out. We wanted to see each other again. And we kept doing what we liked to do together. And that's it.
There's nothing wrong with that.
It
Exactly.
was good.
And clearly,
It was worth it.
Yeah, it was worth it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
How many years has it been?
8.
Yay.
Good for you guys. I personally, I just think like, why is it such a crazy thing if you're out on a date with someone?
Why
you know,
not?
You really are you both enjoying each other? Like, why hold back at that point?
I don't get it.
I have a question for you. Have you always had sex on the first date?
No,
Is it a thing or no?
no,
No.
I mean, it's not.
But is it because you haven't wanted to, or because,
because
the
it hasn't
girl hasn't
happened?
wanted to?
I mean, obviously, there's times when you're out with someone and you enjoy it, But if the other person wants to wait, as a guy,
Exactly.
You
that's
wait, you
what,
respect
that's what you
that.
do. Yeah, you wait. It's not like, come on, babe. Yeah.
Exactly. You're not a
'cause
creep.
that gets creepy real
I
fast.
know. I don't
you
like
know?
that.
And there's a lot of guys sometimes they're feeling it. Even if the
I
date's
think
going
that will
well, even if
ruin
the-
it.
Yeah, but even if the girl likes the guy
you're
too,
pushing
but
it.
she doesn't want to do it on the first date, sometimes guys get carried away, and they think, like we're having such a good time.
Let me
why-"
push it.
Yeah, they push it, and then
That makes
now
it
they-
worse.
To me,
Exactly.
pushing it is such a turn off.
It's a turn off for me too.
No, that kills the mood.
Like no means no.
yeah.
Well, here's the crazy thing: there is girls out there who don't think like that. They want guys to push it. I mean, now I'm gonna take this with a grain of salt because I have yet to meet that girl. I've only heard about it in stories, so I could be talking. Out of my
Yeah,
ass.
that's
Yeah,
a sue
I don't know
nowadays.
either. I don't know either.
Maybe
I
they're
like the
suing the
pushing and
person
the
now.
roughness now
Now
because
that you're
I'm
already with
married, and
someone.
it's like no, and he'll be like, "Oh yes," and I'm like, "Okay, yes," but
but
like
that's
that,
different.
I've never.
Bill Burr, the comedian, he had a bit about it. They said, sometimes no means no, and he was like, "Well, that's not true. I mean, if you looked at it on paper, she said no, stop it, you're bad, stop. But if you heard it, if you were there in person, it's like, no, stop it, you're bad."
Exactly.
That's true.
No. Like that's a totally different thing. But if you saw it on paper, like it sounds like somebody's getting date
Right.
raped.
Right. Yeah.
That's true.
It
But
makes
I
sense.
mean, I hate to say it, sometimes you ladies can be very confusing.
we can
You
be.
send very mixed
It's
signals.
true. It is true because we're flirts and we're teased, and that's bad of us. But that's just who we are.
That is so true.
I love teasing men,
Teasing men or a man.
men in general.
Mm.
I love it.
Ay, Dios mío.
I love
Ay,
it.
Dios mío.
Why not? I can do it. Why not? I don't know. I like it.
But
It's fun
that's
to
your
me.
personality.
That's
you're,
just the way I
you're
am.
flirt. Just like that. You're a social
I've always
butterfly.
been like that. I don't know why. Mind you, never teasing men to the point where I would
Like
make
in a
them
room,
think that I'm
like
gonna
you're
do
in a
something
hotel
and then
room.
not do it.
Exactly. Like
you know?
you're in the hotel room, you're naked, and you tell them,
Bye.
"No,
Yeah, no.
I don't want this."
Exactly.
No, it's not like that. You don't get to that
No,
point.
no.
What do you think about that whole thing? Like, where there's a lot of situations sometimes it does get kind of far, and a girl's alone in a room with a guy, and then things start to get hot and heavy. Now, a girl says no. Most of us are taught to believe no means no.
Most of us.
Most of us. I'm using most loosely.
I think you have all the right in the world to say no whenever you don't want to.
100%.
I don't care if I'm in the hotel room, if I'm in the bathroom with the guy.
I don't care if I'm
no
already
is
butt
no,
naked.
No
There
is
was
no.
something that you did that at that point I didn't like, and I said, you know what?
This is
No.
not good.
Mhm.
It's a no-go.
It's no.
You can regret it. You can stop it at any point. However, I wouldn't put myself in that position.
In the first place.
I wouldn't go to a hotel with a guy that
That
I'm
you
not
don't like, or
100
you're not 100%
sure.
sure that you may
because
let something happen.
exactly.
Yeah.
If I'm in the hotel room, it's because I know what's gonna happen.
Mhm.
Like
Now-
I wouldn't take it to that point.
Yeah.
To that no.
There's no way. We used to have parties at the motels, remember?
Mhm.
Like group parties where after the club we would go like a group of people and we'll rent like a big motel, ones in Miami where
The ones that have the
some
pool.
have a pool,
Mhm.
right? And
Not
then,
like the ones on South Beach.
no, like a motel room, like
Oh.
by the hour.
Oh,
But they have like pools.
They have pools inside the rooms or
not a
big
jacuzzi.
jacuzzis.
There's sometimes pools.
Yeah, the
Mhm.
one that I got with Chris is a huge pool. And so, things like that, you will go with a group of people and you will buy drinks and you would turn off the lights and you would click on the music and you would drink and dance and you make like your own little club in a motel room.
Mhm.
And
In the
some
room.
inside the room.
Damn.
And then some people would end up
Hooking up.
right,
Mhm.
and some people wouldn't and just go home, But I would only go to those parties with somebody that I liked and that I knew that
If it
God
happens,
forbid
happens.
something was gonna happen,
You
I
like
was okay with it,
Mhm.
with that person. If somebody else invited me, that I was like, no, thank you, no, and I wouldn't go.
I mean, it sounds shady just on the surface, if we're being honest.
No, listen to
Yeah.
this. When we were in New Orleans, remember that guy? What was it?
Which one? Oh
The
my
French
God,
guy. The French guy.
What's
French
his
or English?
name? French.
He learned English in London, but he was French. And he was, well, he was stuck. I forgot his name. He was like the entire night
With her.
with me,
Mhm.
talking
Like this.
to me.
Go, go, gaga.
I know, like talking to me. He will follow me everywhere. And we were talking about traveling and things like that, right? He stayed there until we left. When we're leaving, I don't know what got into his head that he was telling me, we're going to my hotel room now, right? Oh, I have a big suite and this and that. Yeah, no,
That was
I'm
her
not
face. She was
going
like,
there. When he said that, I went like, oh, we were talking about traveling. How it ended up in this.
Mm-hmm.
I looked at them and I said, no, I'm going to the bathroom. If he asks for me, I'm gone. And when I came back, she told me, he's been asking for you and he's still there. Yeah, okay. And we kept walking and he kept following. Let's go, come on, let me show you my room. It's so big and it's nice. Let's do it. We're going to have fun. But yeah. And she was telling him, no, we have an amazing room ourselves. Don't worry. You told him.
mind
And
you,
I
I'm
said,
pregnant.
I know. And I said, no, it's okay. But he was insisting.
Yeah, that's
And
when
then
the guy's at a point of like now you sound desperate.
Like,
bro.
I'm not going there.
And
Yeah.
then they get upset when you're like, mijo no.
So
Te vas
now,
pa la pinga.
but exactly.
In a
But now
Cuban-
think
Well,
about this.
It's like how many times does someone
But-
have to say no?
But what if I go, right?
Mhm.
Why am I going to a hotel room?
Yeah.
It's because I like the guy.
And you put yourself in a position where the guy might
Exactly.
eventually end up raping you, God forbid. But you came.
Why are you there?
And they're thinking that you came. You know what can happen in a hotel room.
Mhm.
Exactly. Do you really want to see us? You have never seen a suite in
Yeah,
your
how,
life?
how naive are you? I just want to
Correct.
show you the room.
Yeah,
Mhm.
okay.
So what am I, a
Look,
fucking interior
exactly.
decorator? I don't
Exactly.
care about the room.
No, thank you.
And then we kept walking another block, and I see your group of friends,
Mhm.
and then someone approached me and said, "Oh, where are you from?" Yeah.
They hit you with the accent thing again?
Yes. But then I said, "No, I don't speak English." He said, "No, it's okay. I'm Colombian."
Oh.
Ah, okay. But he didn't speak Spanish. Yeah, bye. That was so funny. I guess I was tired that night. And I said, no, I don't speak English. Goodbye.
The guy that wanted my baby.
And then there was a guy that wanted to take over.
Even pregnant
You
women.
wanted
the
your
baby?
baby for what?
He said,
No,
I will be your father, your baby's father.
I
Stay
will
here
be your
with
baby
me.
daddy. Stay here with
He
me.
worked in one of the spots that we were in New Orleans.
Jesus God.
He was like, stay here. And he would tell the bartenders, this is my wife. And me, with the big belly.
And
I can't even like fathom.
someone almost killed you that night. Like, why the pictures? Because she would take pictures. With
Oh well,
everything.
yeah, you take pictures of everything.
Of course I do. I like a record.
I'm just saying like that amount of like attention from the opposite sex, especially in a place like New Orleans, like in the French
It was
Quarter.
fun. No, not that. I'm sorry.
I'm
Like,
saying-
New
but that's
Orleans
like-
was fun.
I mean,
it was a
imagine-
fun
I
place.
imagine-
disagree
hang
with
on,
you. I think it is fun to have the
Mhm.
attention. I
But
just
that
don't think it's
much?
fun when it gets to that point where you already say, okay,
No.
no thank you.
Mhm.
And
It's
it
like
keeps
walking
going.
through a corn
Like
field
that,
with
like that
dicks.
French
Correct.
guy was insisting. Too
That's
much.
it.
Yeah.
Maybe
Like
once,
he was like,
maybe twice, you know, maybe even pushing it the third time when you're like, I said no thanks.
like it got
The
annoying.
third time
That's
is
it.
like a Hail Mary.
Like
Exactly,
it,
like, that's it.
exactly. It got to a point that I was actually bothered by it.
Yeah.
He was walking with us. Like, stop. You
Yeah.
know? They gets upsetting.
Well, that's the problem. is
It
guys
was
get- guys
nice
get
until-
carried away.
He got carried
Some people don't have that self-awareness to realize, okay, this is going too far now.
The funny,
because
Now-
they're desperate
you
Yeah.
know what's,
or drunk.
but
But-
you know what's crazy? I was sitting down. They took a picture of me. The picture is,
Oh yeah.
we are together in the picture. Charlene took the picture. We're together here, and the picture is like this. The guy is right here.
I have that picture.
Right here looking at me. But he's standing in the corner, like looking at me in the picture. Someone
have
saw
him
that
in the
picture and texted me, that guy wants something with you, and you're with him. Why are you with? That was crazy. Crazy.
That was her psycho ex.
Like he's with you. Why is he with? No,
Yeah.
I'm not
Are you taking
with
him
you.
home? Bitch.
Like
Does it
crazy,
look like I'm taking him home?
crazy things.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's another thing. Like that guy, I assume your ex was Cuban.
Mhm. Yes.
Yeah, I mean, Cubans have a thing with jealousy.
A little bit.
Yeah, a little bit. Little bit.
Because they know how they are.
Yeah. Well, that's most jealous guys are jealous because they know what they're like, and they
And what's the
project
game
that
of
on
that?
everybody else.
Oh, Chris is jealous, but then so am I.
But why?
I'm very toxic.
But why? Exhibit A.
I guess. All right, but hang on. I guess it's not necessarily a rule, because I would say you're a jealous person, but you're not.
But
the
I've
type
seen
of-
a thing or two, and that's why I'm jealous.
Mm-hmm.
I've been
Mm.
raised by Cubans all around it.
Yeah.
And she's not a Virgin Mary.
I know. I'm very. Oi, ay,
Yeah.
that was so ugly.
I was a little bit.
I'm gonna punch you with that hammer. Like I was like, I did a double take, right? I went like, oh, you, oh my
You
lord.
said, right. I
went
know.
You agreed a little too
I
easily.
know. I
with
went
that.
like, what? Huh? I didn't know what I said. I went like, what?
Have you guys ever pursued a guy?
Like a guy that we just met.
No, like,
or something?
Like,
say,
what do you
like,
mean?
You meet a guy and you're interested in him. Have you ever, like, I don't know, tried to get his
Initiated,
attention,
yes,
tried to
but
initiate?
pursued after he kind of like gave
No,
us
no,
a
no, I'm
shot?
not.
No.
No, I'm not talking about that. I mean, pursue and like try to like.
Get his attention?
Get his
Yes, I
attention.
have. Especially dancing. I've been to clubs and I've seen somebody that I like that's dancing like really good salsa or something. Oh, I want to dance with that guy right there because I just like the dancing. The guy might be a dick, but I just want to dance with him, you know? And I would do something to get his attention. Like I would dance with my friends in front of him and try to just make eye contact. And normally that has worked beautifully every single time.
Just eye contact.
Never, just the
Eye
eye
contact
and
is
like
enough.
a little dancing,
Like,
and they'll come up and they'll be like, "You want to dance?" And I'm like, "Yes, yes, I do."
Thank you. Thank you for asking.
Yeah, yeah.
That's the thing. Guys aren't always.
But
good
I
at-
don't think that's pursuing.
Well, that's not pursuing, but that's like putting yourself out there.
Yeah.
Like you. Here. Attention. Thank you.
But like, guys aren't that good with hints. Like,
I
women are
know.
way more subtle with things than
Mhm.
guys. So then, like, a guy and a girl might be out somewhere, but like be separate, and then like the girl will be putting out all these signals, and the guy
He's clueless.
has no idea. And the next day, she's like, "Oh, your friend, I guess he didn't like me." And they're like, "Who, him? He was in love with you."
Yeah.
It's like, well, how come he
He
didn't
didn't
talk
do
to me?
anything.
That's I've been in situations like that before. Like, oh, that girl really liked you. I was like, I was around all night.
Really? Really? Who? Give me the name.
And social security number.
We're gonna change
What's
topics.
that Facebook?
We're gonna talk about toxic femininity tonight. No, but that stuff happens, and I think that's like a fundamental difference between women and men.
Mm-hmm.
Men sometimes really need to be beaten over the head with it.
I know. But that happens to us too. Like, she will tell me, he's looking at you. No, he's looking at you.
You would tell me that too. and
Like,
I'm like, no,
hello?
he's looking at you. No, he's looking at you, and we're fighting over who he's looking at.
I know.
Mhm.
Wait for it. He's coming. He's coming. He's right there. I told
That
you.
happened today, Milo. When you're
But
like,
that was so you.
look at the looks, and I'm like,
It was
what
a
looks?
group of bartenders. We passed by the bathroom. We came back, and they're all like, "Yeah, hello." They're all looking at you.
and I said, no, they're looking at you.
Mhm.
It
She's
was
like,
not
no,
her.
they're not. I'm like, yes, they are.
For real.
But it's anyway.
But sometimes we don't even know.
Yeah, we don't.
A lot of times it's like how guys don't realize like girls' hints.
Mhm.
Girls don't realize with
No.
guys. Sometimes, he's just a friend. It's like, are you high?
Yeah.
That if you call that guy, if you just send him a text at like midnight, say, hey, what are you doing right now? I promise you that guy would be at your house in 15 minutes.
If he's interested.
He lives an hour away. He would be there in 15 minutes. They're interested. The guy that you think is just your friend.
But that happens.
Bullshit.
That you know
don't
that
think
you will
guys
tell
can
me.
be friends with girls?
No, I think they can, but a single guy and a single girl, it's just-
Harder.
it's you're trying to basically defy the fact that like people's nature is a thing. Like, you can't help it. Like if you're an attractive girl and you have a friend that's a guy, that guy would probably be willing to cross that line out of the friend zone.
Right.
Okay.
I would put my money 9 times out of 10.
I don't know.
But I feel like sometimes you will tell me, let's say, this is an example. That guy, he's into you. I would
Mhm.
say, no, you will see it, but I won't.
Exactly.
And then same thing with you. Like, okay, she's totally into you, and you wouldn't see it. You know what I
Yes,
mean? That
100%.
happens a lot. with
Yes,
opposite.
It does.
I don't know why.
Much more
We're
of a
like mad-
one-way street,
Yeah.
but
Mhm.
that's me saying, yeah,
No.
that guy better. I have to like. See, that's the thing. I don't want to be the guy I don't want to be the jealous type because
Mhm.
I feel like that kills like my self-respect and dignity because I don't like those guys and I don't want to be one of them. But at the same time, I recognize that my wife is attractive and there's guys that are trying to.
I was just gonna say, if you
gain
don't
your
like
attention.
it, date an ugly girl.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just the situation that we're in, you know. So I
So
try.
you should be proud.
I
is
am.
what
Listen,
say.
I am proud, but I'm also very much aware.
That's Chris, and I'm like, just be proud. That's it.
Leave it at that.
Exactly.
But therein lies the problem because if the girls don't always realize when guys are interested, and as guys we know, like we see it, like we're constantly like fending off like cats from dicks,
Like,
Yeah. just swatting penises away from you. In our minds, that's what it's like. Obviously, in reality, it's not. You know.
That's right.
Yeah.
Go away, go away, go
I had the
Just-
visual.
we just have like a fly swatter. Hey, back up. Go get your own.
This one's taken.
But yeah, some guys are just shameless. Some guys don't give a shit.
I
Like
know.
guys, they'll come up. You could be holding hands with your lady in like a clubs, especially
Oh
like
my God.
Miami. Oh, they're the worst. They're the
Oh my
worst.
God.
Or in a
I-
restaurant, you go to the bathroom and
Yes.
the waiter is
Or
hitting
they
on you.
follow you. And weren't you just sitting at the table with your girlfriend?
I know.
Why are you following me?
Waiting for you outside the bathroom. Like, what is that?
I had one that was hugging his girlfriend. And he's like this, and her head is on his shoulder, and his head is on her shoulder. And I'm walking by. He goes, I love you, baby. I love you so much. And I'm like,
He's kissing
Sure,
you.
he wasn't just talking to his girlfriend that he was
God,
hugging.
no. I'm looking at him, and he's like, I love you, baby.
That is so disgusting.
I'm like, oh my
They
God,
do
you
that.
see?
They do
All men are the same.
I know. You.
And there we go with a sweeping generalization.
That we always just throw that all men are the same.
That's why when I hug you, I go,
Mm-hmm. Who are you looking
So
at?
he's checking.
I'm just kidding.
You kiss me, your eyes better goddamn be closed. I don't want you
Close.
looking at someone else.
Exactly.
I know.
But that's, I mean, if you had to take a guess,
Mm-hmm.
what percentage of men do you think are unfaithful?
99.9.
Thank you.
9,
I think a lot.
9.
That we don't find out that they, whatever, but I think a lot. I'm sorry that some of the men, maybe like you, for example, won't put themselves into that situation because maybe they really are in love or maybe, but I feel like if they get put in that situation, like a
They're all
good-looking,
capable, of
attractive woman would
course.
come up to you, I don't know, somewhere that you know
Temptations.
she will never find out and will be like, hey, come here, and we'll grab your hand, put it on her tit, and be like, listen, just one day, one time, and you'll be like, no, I'm married. Bullshit.
What
I
fucking
know.
porno movie do you think that we live
No,
in?
no,
I-
no.
That doesn't happen.
Let-
Number
yes,
one.
yes, it does. A lot
that
of women
doesn't
now.
happen. He's not gonna say no. Just that doesn't
I-
happen.
A lot of women now are más, how you say, echa pa'lante
Sí.
than before.
They were more forward.
Mhm.
Yes, than before. Before, women used to wait for the guy to say something, to do something. Now,
They
if
make
the
a
guy
move.
doesn't do anything, she'll be like, hey, baby, you know, can I get your number? And it's like, I would never do that.
Mhm.
Women
Where-
are
where do
proposing
you
to
see that?
men.
I know.
Anyone on social media.
Women are proposing to their fucking self too. There's people,
Yeah.
ladies marrying
I'm
themselves.
like, are you
I
kidding
Just because
me?
you saw it on
I
social
know,
media
I
doesn't
know.
mean it's a trend.
Or
No, but it happens.
no, it happens with our teenagers.
That's
My
true.
daughter.
That's true.
I like you. And like, what
You're
are you
so
doing?
fine.
You're so fine. Why?
You're so funny.
are
You
you
blow my
telling
mind.
Oh,
Hey,
Mickey.
Hey, Mickey. Why are you telling a boy that? You need to wait for the boy to tell you
You
Why
that.
don't
do-
have
why
to
did-
wait. What would you teach her?
Yeah,
that?
why does she need to wait?
Bitch, I didn't teach her that.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh, you mean to wait?
To wait.
Because I don't feel like it's right
Hang on,
for
make sure you're talking to the mic.
I don't feel like it's right for a girl to approach a boy like that.
Why? Why is
Why?
it wrong?
You're
Because-
so old school right now.
In that
Who are
sense,
you?
I am. In
Why?
that sense,
But
I
Why
hang
do you
on,
have
but
to wait?
let's-
That's a good question.
Let's deconstruct this for a second.
In that sense, I
why
am.
is it? Why is it?
because I
Not right.
feel like she's putting herself out there and she's getting herself ready to like get her heart broken or something.
Why is
And-
she? Why should she be safe from that? But these little men. What
Little
about your
man.
boys? What about when Noah and Mason get older? They shouldn't be saved from heartbreak.
No, but I feel like,
That's
or
a
at
good
least
point.
grew up.
Do boys' hearts matter less than girls?
No, I grew
Oh
up
my
thinking
God.
that men are the ones that make the first move. That men are the ones that propose. That men are the ones that pay for
Time out.
dinner, open
I-
doors.
Honestly, I agree with you. I'm just asking questions just for the
Pull
sake
this a
of
little
it.
closer.
But I agree with you.
That's just the way I've been brought up.
Me too. And I think we are taking that apart. We're completely destroying
The
that.
little girls are doing
I
that.
know. And I really like that we have different roles and we should stay in that. Like, I like how, I don't know, I like that supporting man. I like him to be the one reaching out to me.
That we can
I-
lean on if something
I
is
know.
wrong.
I
You're
still like
"Baby,
him
help
opening
me
the,
with this."
opening the door
Me
for me.
too.
I know I can do it myself, but
It's
I
not
like
about
it.
being independent. I had
I
a
know.
friend once who was gonna go on a date, and she was like, "Oh my god, I'm gonna go on a date tonight. I've never met the guy." Blah blah blah. The next day, she shows up at work and she's like, "Oh, I didn't like the guy," and I'm like, "What happened?"
He opened the door for
She
me.
goes, "He came, brought me chocolates, flowers, was opening doors the whole night. Like, motherfucker, I could do that myself." And I'm looking at her like, "Bitch,
That's so
you
sad.
got what we call a gentleman? Like, I'm sorry, but I like that. And I want my kids to be that.
Mm-hmm.
I want my kids to be the gentleman. And I want my daughter to let herself be courted. I don't know why that's so wrong. Back to what we were saying. In the beginning, it's nice for that. That doesn't mean that once she's older and she's independent and has that experience, she can't say, "Hey, you know, you want to have sex? I want to have sex." Fine. But when you're trying to get into a relationship or something like that, I feel like it's nice for the men to court you. It's nice for you guys to go out to dinner and the girls say, "Oh, I'm going to help you pay." And the guy be like, "No, you're not paying. What
I
are you
invited
doing?
you.
I got it. I invited you." That's how I was brought up.
Mm-hmm.
I had a date that wasn't like that and I never saw him again. Because I went to pay and he was like, "Okay, so my food was $11.20. Here's $12." And I'm like, "Tip? Tax?
No. No,
Okay.
no, thank you.
Here's the rest. Goodbye." I was brought up like that. And I want my kids to be like that. And that's one thing that attracted me very much about Chris on that first date.
What's that? He just took care of it.
Everything.
Mhm.
Even though I offered, because I don't want to make it seem either like I'm expecting it, like,
Mhm.
you know?
Well, see, that's
Like
the
you're
thing.
entitled.
Exactly.
No.
That's
No.
where it gets tricky for guys, is that you don't know.
If
know,
you're
what-
offending her, if you're telling
Exactly.
her, "No, I got it."
Right.
It's so confusing nowadays.
But this is why.
it's not simple
Well,
at all.
people are different. There is no one way to do
Correct.
it.
No.
There's no right or
Either
wrong
you
way.
like me,
It's
this
just
is me,
This
people's
is me.
preferences.
or no.
Correct. That's the way I am.
Mhm.
I don't like guys that do that, so that's why I didn't see that other guy again. Once I meet a guy that does what I like Chris did,
And nowadays you invite
that's
them.
the one I stay with.
You guys got each other. Like, no, I'm
Exactly.
paying today. I'm gonna treat
Exactly,
you
baby,
today.
I'll pay today.
Exactly.
You know, that's fine. But in the beginning, I
You wanted
want
to
to
see.
be courted. I want to be shown that he likes me enough to
to go through-
treat.
yeah.
and I guess spend money or
To
or
jump
go out
through
of his
hoops.
way or
Mhm.
why not?
I was kidding with that.
Why not? If I'm worth
No, but
it,
it's true.
supposedly, right? If I'm worth it, supposedly, why not?
Mhm.
Well, that's the thing, because there's people nowadays, which I tend to believe that they're a very vocal minority of people, but they think that's that kind of, those gender roles they're holding people back. That's old
I don't
school way
think
of
so.
thinking.
I don't
But
think
that's
so.
my
and,
way.
And to me, this has nothing to do with being gay or not. For example, if you're a woman and you want to be gay, that's fine. If you want to act like the man in the relationship, that's fine. But then act like the man in the relationship. Pay for the food. Open the doors. It doesn't mean that you can't do it because you're a woman. That you could still do it. But that's the way you're acting.
But it's funny because even listen to how we're describing it. Act like
Like
the
a man. Exactly. Because this is what we have been taught since the beginning of time. That men, even when women didn't used to work, men were the ones that brought the bacon home.
Mm-hmm.
Men
That's
were
true.
the ones that, that things have evolved and changed. Yes, I agree 100%. And we need to evolve with the times. But it was the man's role initially.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Now it's both. But
That's something that I've talked about quite a bit, because those things are changing. There's a lot of women who just flat out don't need men. Like, I don't need you to provide for me. I have a.
But
I have
that's
a
not.
good-
No,
I have
no,
a
no,
better
no,
job
no.
than-
But that's the thing. We don't need it. We
We
want
want it.
it. That's one thing. But we can live without it.
Well,
Correct.
that's what I mean. Like, there is women out there who flat out says, "I don't. What more do you have to offer me than that? I've got money. I've got a place to live."
sperm.
Like, but then essentially, there's guys who are like, "Well, what else is my role? Like, I thought
I
that was
know.
the stuff that I'm supposed to do. That was what I've been taught my whole life. And now you're
Correct.
telling me none of that matters. And this is, I mean, listen, there's a lot of guys out there who are just flat out delusional and just don't want to accept reality. It's like you don't have anything to offer a woman. Like, get your shit together, bro.
Mhm.
But there's also guys out there who really are trying to do the right thing, and then
Right.
they find themselves in a position where it's like, I don't know where my place is. You know, if I'm
And
not.
that's why you have to pick and choose and date a lot. We had a podcast like this once where should you date a lot before? Yes, you should. You should date a lot. You should get to know the people that you date because everybody's different. And when
Yeah.
you find that type of personality that you like, that's what you stick with. This is what I'm comfortable with. She accepts me the way I am and the way I want to be with women.
And this
You
is
know?
how I want to be treated.
Vice versa. Same thing applies. If a guy doesn't want to be courteous, doesn't want to open doors, then he needs to find a woman like my friend that was like, please don't do that. I can handle
Exactly.
that. And they will get along great.
Different strokes for different folks. You know?
Right.
That's all it is. There's, like we said, there's no right or wrong way. It's just this is what our preferences are. Do we mesh? Yes, no. All right, see you later. You know, and that's all it is. And
Yep.
I don't know. Sometimes just like vilifying people because maybe they're not on the same page, I don't think is always fair. But there's also some guys who are like very like hard. This is my role, like, and this is your role. You don't do this. Like
We call that machista.
Yeah.
Pero
My husband has
la-
a little bit of that in him. You know that.
Yeah, I think everybody has a little bit of that.
I want to say that's a very common Cuban thing,
Especially
but it's,
Cubans.
it's
It
not
is.
just
It is
Cubans.
It is
It's
mostly.
a lot of
Most
It's- no, it is-
Caribbean. I would say Caribbean.
yeah, Santo
Puerto Ricans,
Domingo,
Dominicans,
Puerto Rico.
A lot of
yeah.
them are very like, I'm the man and I'm supposed to do this. And I'm like, no. Like,
But it's-
Speaking of that, because it takes a lot of compromising to be in a relationship, to be married, all that. What do you miss anything about being single?
what, are you reading my questions? I thought you said you didn't read 'em.
besides the men.
You had that question?
Yeah.
Besides the men.
Yeah, of course.
I miss the men.
What man?
All of them. The single men.
Really?
That I could go out and have sex and be with whoever I want.
Oh, really?
Yes, I miss that. I'm so honest.
Really?
I'm
Like-
sorry, baby. I hope you're not watching this.
Oh my God.
He doesn't have to be.
You-
I do miss
we
it.
can cut
And
that
we're
part.
back.
We can cut that part.
We're back through the magic of editing.
No, like really, what do you miss going out to a club and say, "Oh, I like that one."
Yes,
Bye.
I do. I miss that.
You miss
Really?
the
I miss
fun,
that.
the
That
fun
doesn't
of
mean
meeting,
that I'm not-
meeting new
I'm
different
No, I
people.
know, I know.
Enjoying
Of
what I
course.
have now, but I don't know.
That
I miss that hunt.
Freedom.
You know what's
Mhm.
funny to me? That's the part I'm so glad is done.
Really?
I'm so glad that's over.
Maybe because for a guy it's harder than for a girl.
Yeah.
is-
It really is.
I'm gonna
And
quote,
they
I'm
they
gonna
have
quote,
to be the one going up to you,
Yeah.
like,
I'm gonna
"Hey."
quote Patton Oswalt and just say it's like a fun nightmare. You know,
Yeah.
it's horrific and terrifying and exciting, and somehow there's boners involved, and but it
Yes.
sucks. It's terrible.
So that's what you miss the most.
The hunt. I miss the hunt.
And
I
what's
miss
what-
going out,
For you, it would be the chase.
dressing pretty, like
Anything that you hate about being single?
I don't know.
Well, hang on.
remember.
Before we move on to that, think about that. What about you? Anything you miss about being single?
Ah,
Good
you want to know about
Yeah.
me? Ooh.
Yeah, it was very, very sly. You're trying to pass it off onto her.
I'm trying to play host here. Let me think. What do I miss? Being free. I'm just kidding. Like freedom.
fair.
No,
You are
I'm
not
kidding.
kidding.
No. The thing is, no. I feel. I don't know. I feel free.
Mhm.
I
Just being able to say, I feel like doing this now, and not have to pass it by anyone else.
Correct.
No,
Mhm.
it makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Something bad about being single? Probably that you come home to an empty bed.
Mm.
I was thinking that exactly.
You know, at the end of the night, you had fun. Let's say you did sleep with somebody, had a one night stand, or whatever, but then you have to go home,
Mm.
or in the morning, whenever you decide to finally go home,
Do your walk of shame the next
right?
day?
And then you go home, and it's like, I don't have anybody here to cuddle with.
I know.
Where
She's
now,
been sleeping with 2 males for the last, and I'm not one of them.
I know.
but that's different. She just had a baby. You can't count that.
And then the other one's jealous, so he's trying to
Right.
Mm.
dive
Can't
in
count
too.
that. But I feel like even now, like being married, the good thing about being married is like, not now because you guys are in fucking Jersey, but if you were in Miami, we would have our girls' nights. We would go out, have fun.
Wait a minute. Are you saying the most fun about being married is going out without your husband?
No, let me talk. Listen.
I had to throw that in there, but it was still relevant.
Let's say you guys were in Miami.
That's very
Charlene and all that.
dangerous.
We go out, we have a girls' night, we have fun, we have drink, all that, and then at the end of the night, we go home and we have somebody to cuddle with.
I know, but don't you?
You know,
I would be scared. Are you
Scared
are
of?
you and the wanting of men's? One day you find the one, and then you go, "Woo! I'm not coming back home. Send me the kids."
Shh. That will never happen. She's just kidding. Unless it's
I'm just
Maluma or
kidding.
Chayanne. If Maluma, if you're watching this,
I'm just.
That is
kidding.
your first
Just kidding.
Corona of the night, right?
No, we're having more
I had
in the
drinks,
house.
remember?
No, on it.
Por Dios.
Now, okay, now it's my turn. I feel free.
Mhm.
The thing that I find weird in this relationship is that I do feel the freedom. If I want to go down to Miami, I tell him, baby, I'm going down to Miami because I want to spend time there. I want to take the baby or whatever. He gets it. And he says, okay. So I didn't have that before. You know what I mean?
You had somebody saying, "Why do you want to go?" Well, yeah,
You're not doing
I
this.
have that.
You know,
But
so
then he
that
still lets
but
me.
here you are.
Yeah, he's
you
Yeah.
fight and you win.
I don't fight.
It's all just a show. It's all kabuki
I
theater.
don't fight.
Mhm.
How do I
Dominate.
motivate.
Uh-huh.
I make him want to let me
You plant
Ah.
the seed.
So, and what, like, I don't think I miss anything.
Yeah.
Like, I don't like dating. I'm really shy and I hate dating. And to me, that's torture. I get so nervous and I
do.
hate it. You're very outgoing.
go. I
But
like
you
dating.
know-
I like being wined and dined by somebody.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing I don't like about dating is finding out the person you're dating is a freak, and you're like,
How do
Well,
I
yeah,
get
there's
out
a-
of this
there's a-
one?
we have a way to get out of that.
Like, call me.
I mean, listen.
So,
Oh,
listen, if you break it
someone is dying. But you didn't say what you missed.
Because
Huh?
I wasn't asked.
what
I'm
did you
asking.
miss?
I'm going to answer.
No,
but
no,
before-
no, 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 no.
I'm going to answer.
You
I'm
ask
going to
now.
get there. If you think about it, dating technically is something where you kind of have to do, and it has a really, really, really low success rate. Because obviously, if it's successful, then it's over.
Mhm.
You know. So if you keep dating, then it's
Mhm.
clearly they're all going to be misses until you meet the one, which is one of the reasons why, in my experience, it's terrible. Because let's go find out what's wrong with this one. Let's find out what's wrong with this one.
Right.
Let's find out. Oh no, this is wrong with me. Shit. Like, that's what,
But
You
it's
know?
not.
Yeah.
I think I could have 1,000 million reasons why we wouldn't have worked.
Mm.
It's just choosing.
on paper.
This
there's
one
no
I
reason it
wanted
should've
to
worked.
work. This one I wanted to work, and we make it work.
Yeah. Well, that's when you meet somebody and you both want to make it work.
But you have to like that person, Maya.
I know, right?
course.
You have
If
to
not,
have
you
that
don't.
chemistry.
Yeah, that's
you have
true.
to be like, fuck, I really like him. I want
That's
to
true.
fucking, I have to move to
This
Alaska.
is
fuck, I
it,
move
so
to
it has to.
Alaska.
Yeah,
Mhm.
this is
Like
it, so it has to.
I'm like,
yeah,
Jersey.
that's-
Where are you going? No,
I know.
you don't love him that much.
You crazy? So
She does.
what's what you miss the most?
I mean, see, now it's complicated.
Be
for
honest,
you. I'm
because
gonna-
me,
listen,
I
I'm
can
not,
read you.
I'm not going to dance around it, but I'm saying it's complicated because it wasn't just like me and you got married and then we lived together. It was me and you got married and we had Tyler.
You
And then
dated.
we have a whole family, and your parents came up. So it was, a lot of things changed. It wasn't just one thing.
Mm-hmm.
But so I would say that the thing I miss about the single life is just like quiet.
Okay.
I don't think that that's too crazy, but I mean, it's nice.
Look at my face. I'm going down to Miami for 2 months, okay? So I can give you quiet and peace and the
You see what
house all
happened?
to yourself.
I'm answering a question,
Honestly,
and
you see,
honestly, and this is
you can never do
that
that
I-
with a woman. You always
Yeah.
have to lie.
so one of the things.
I
that,
know.
one of the
You have
things
to be there.
I was gonna ask that I had written down is if you could like jump in a time machine and you can go back and visit your past self, like while you were still single, knowing what you know now,
Ooh.
knowing that you were gonna get married and who you were gonna marry, what piece of advice would you give your past self?
It's gonna get better.
That's okay.
It's gonna get better. Just keep doing what you're doing, because if you didn't do what you did, you wouldn't be who you are in the future. And
That is
thank
true.
God I did everything that I did, because I'm happy where I am now.
I know. If not, I wouldn't have
If I
learn,
wouldn't have had my daughter,
I wouldn't be who I am today.
correct.
And I told you, if you have met me when I was 18, we wouldn't be married.
Same
It would
thing,
have
I say the same
lasted
thing to
2
Chris.
days.
Never.
You
No way.
you know this.
Yeah.
No,
No.
You also told me she was never going to move to New Jersey.
that's true. You told him that. I didn't know.
But she was more in love.
We were at
in
Davidito's.
you
We were at
that I
Davidito's
thought
birthday
she
party.
was.
Uh-huh.
She was more in
When?
love
When
with
was
you.
it?
At Davidito's birthday party.
Really?
At what was it, Chuck E. Cheese?
I don't remember.
Because you
I
told
remember.
her that you were planning to take me. Because
No,
you
it
have
was
never
still
said
early.
that.
It was like really early on.
That's
it was
why
your
I
birthday
said it.
weekend.
Because I'm like, she's not that in love with him.
Uh-huh. You better
And then
move
look.
here.
You didn't know. You didn't know I was
I
coming in with
didn't
the big
know.
guns.
I didn't know you were giving her the good.
You know why? Why?
No.
No.
She
But
didn't know. You didn't tell her.
No. Honestly, that's not okay. The thing is that I'm not. I wanted to be selfish and say just drop everything and move here.
Mhm.
And I think if I would have said, listen, I'm not moving, or you move, or this is it, I think you would have moved. Yeah, right. Yeah.
I mean, it was
Thank you.
one way or
Mira,
the other.
yeah, right, right, right. I think that you would have moved. Now, I didn't want to that you lose your 401k, your pension, everything that you have going on for you. You worked so hard for that, and I wouldn't want you to lose it because of me. Your mom told me, like, oh, he has a very good pension, and your 401k, you're gonna leave your job, like all
Oh
of
my
that, and I
God.
was like,
Yeah,
Oh my
leave it to my mom.
God.
like, oh my god,
Leave it to my mom to make it uncomfortable.
like,
She's
yeah.
Like that, let me
Yeah,
shut up.
I was not planning on making him lose everything, but thank you.
You
I
know
wanna
the
cry
woman from
now.
Crazy Rich Asians, the mom.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
You saw the movie? I saw it in the hospital. Remember?
That's where I saw it.
Yeah.
The mom.
The mom.
You
But
will
hey,
never
look,
be
look
good
at
enough.
this way. Look,
That's-
you had a baby. What was that hospital bill like?
I know. That, oh my God, it was $78,000.
That's because you were there. Mine was like 40 something thousand dollars.
Ask her how much we had to
78.
pay.
400. That's it.
I still owe money.
I know, right? Isn't that a good insurance? It covers
All
like,
because she decided that she didn't want to. She wanted to try to do what she thought was best for the relationship,
There you go.
mhm.
and it. I mean, I would like to say,
It worked out.
at least in that respect, it paid off.
Yes, it did. Now can you move to Miami?
Now what you have to say, baby, is you
Please.
smart.
She's
You
smart. I
always
say it all
know
the
this.
time. Ask anybody that listens. I say it all the time.
Oh, thank you.
The way I talk about, you would think that you were like standing just off camera with a gun pointed at me. The way I talk nice about you.
That's what Chris says about me in the dealership. I
Really?
talk about you every day, and I'm like, that's bullshit.
I
He
know. I
goes,
want to
"What?"
stop there one day and see.
But
if
that's the
that
thing.
true.
You have audio and video evidence of,
I
of
know.
how I
I
speak
know.
about you.
I know. I know.
So whatever.
So what would you say to your past self?
My past self. Get ready for
Here
the
you go.
cold.
Bring a jacket.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so messed up.
Who has gonna be freezing?
I know.
She's a pro now. If
Yeah,
anybody,
now.
everybody watching, if you ever listening,
The,
if you notice, Mirna has got a blanket wrapped around her shoulders right
freezing.
now.
the
Miami
first
girl.
the first year here was horrible. I cried. I called him
It
crying.
was cold that
I
winter.
called
That
him
was a
crying
cold
like my hands are frozen.
Because she was trying to clean off the windshield from snow without wearing gloves.
Oh my.
But not only that, the door, it was frozen. I was pulling,
Yeah, the doors get
couldn't
frozen
open,
shut.
couldn't. When I opened the door, a piece of ice like this big fell, and I called him like, "Why didn't you fix this? Why?" He said, "By the time I leave, it would have been the same when you have to go take
Yeah, it
Tyler
was
to
still
school."
snowing, so
I know. But I was just, you didn't tell me I had to wake up earlier. It was like 5 minutes and I had to go. Yeah. I said, I thought you knew. You know. How am I going to know that?
I neglected. Like, she's never really been
How
around snow.
clueless we
Yeah.
are
When was
about
when
that.
was the first time you saw snow?
here.
Not counting North Carolina.
North Carolina, I didn't see it. It was already
So
on the
being
floor.
here was the first time you see actual
It's
snowfall.
snowing. Yeah.
Wow.
First time ever. And it was beautiful. and that's it.
It's beautiful to look at.
Very
Yeah,
pretty.
from-
Goodbye.
From the
Yeah.
living room, holding a cup of coffee. Oh,
Or from the beach in Miami.
I know.
After me and your dad finish shoveling, ask him how beautiful it is.
I know. But
We
I
hit- we
helped
hit a
you.
lot
The
this year.
first year, I helped you. You remember?
You did, that's true.
My back was hurting.
Yeah.
It was so heavy. Like, oh my god.
That was the when it snowed real
Can
heavy.
you pay people to do that?
I mean, you can, but
Yeah.
why?
So
He
you don't
likes
have
to
to
do it himself, I guess.
There is a certain point of satisfaction being looking out your window. Like, I did all that.
I'm straight.
Like we get hit with a real big snowstorm the week after Tyler's birthday, and it was like what was it, Sunday
Power
night?
went out.
Did it? Not
Yeah.
for us.
It was a couple of hours when it went out.
Oh, but anyway, so it was real heavy snow. It was a lot. We got like over 2 feet, right?
Mm-hmm.
And me and her dad were outside shoveling, and I took the next day off of work. It was like a Monday. I was like, yeah, fuck that. I'm not going in. So we just shoveled for hours. So I woke up the next day, and my back was all sore. I was like, oh, I feel like dog shit. I'm like, I'm not going in like today. Like it's still snowy and and then it ended up that I had COVID at the time, and the soreness wasn't just from the shoveling; it was from the COVID.
Mm-hmm.
So that's how
And
that
then
started.
imagine it's snowing. They have to go out and clean the snow, and they have COVID. They're feeling terrible. They have to clean the snow.
No.
And he said at that point, if someone is coming here, knocking on the door, if they want a shovel, I'm gonna pay. Now I'm paying for that.
Definitely.
And they didn't that day
That
Nobody showed up.
no, that week no one
Why
came.
can't you just leave it?
because then how are you gonna get out of the house?
No, but not only that.
You're not getting
the-
out. You're in quarantine.
No, but not only that.
I didn't know.
The
it was quarantine at
the town gives you a fine if you don't clean the sidewalk.
Why don't they come fucking do it?
I don't know.
because it's on your property.
Mhm.
It's snowing.
At least
I'm
the
not
sidewalk.
making it
yeah.
snow, bitch.
I know. It's not my fault.
Anyway,
I'm
So-
from
A
Florida.
hurricane goes to Florida and my roof falls. You're getting a fine because your roof fell. Hello. I didn't break it.
so now that we're all married with children,
Married
Yay.
with children. Al Bundy.
what do you think is the most challenging part of the relationship at this point? Like now that we have full-fledged families,
Mhm.
because obviously the dynamic is different when it's just the two of you, but then as kids come in, it throws everything
I
into
think
chaos.
it's hard to find time for the couple.
Each other.
It's hard because you have to work full time. You have to take care of the house. You have to make sure your kids and school is all going good. But then you want time with your kids. You want to take them to the park. You want them to have fun, and you have to take time for yourself. It's so much that you
There's
have
not
to think
enough,
about.
not enough
There's
hours
not
in the
enough
day.
time.
Mhm.
I don't have. I would like to go to the gym, for example.
Me too.
Mhm.
I can't go to the gym.
You don't have time.
I don't. have
When?
time. And there's no way I'm
At
waking
midnight?
up at 4:00 in the morning to do so.
I don't understand people that do that.
I can't do that.
Sorry, but you people
So,
are freaks.
That's very challenging. And then the sex. Sorry, but sometimes it's like, no, I don't want to. I'm tired. But no, I don't want to. I'm tired. You're just tired. I'm just tired. I work. I'm tired.
It's a little different for the ladies, I would think, because
Why?
you literally can just kind of like lay back.
Who wants to do that?
I don't know.
We're not dead pieces of flesh. We want to enjoy. So no. And the thing is, it's different for the ladies, but when we're not in the mood, it's not like a guy. A guy can be mad at you and he'll be like, let's
That's
go.
not true. That's not true at all.
That
Oh my
doesn't
God.
work with him.
That works with
If
bunch
he-
of guys that I've been with,
but
including my husband.
I'm too
if
spiteful
he
for
gets
That's
gets
me.
upset at me,
Oh, you and me will go at it.
Yeah. if he
we
gets
wouldn't talk
upset,
for weeks.
if
No
he
sex for a year.
exactly,
Nope.
Yeah.
I am
Uh-huh.
not bending my.
if he
nope.
gets upset, I cannot get near him.
really,
He doesn't
That's
care.
me.
He's like,
Wait a minute, we're Capricorns.
exactly.
That's
Hello.
why.
I don't care. I'll go rub one out.
That's me.
Rub one out like a man.
Exactly. I don't need
Chris will
you.
be
The
like,
champagne of victory.
Babe.
I just won the fight.
Chris will be like, babe, come and go away. Are you not seeing that we've been fighting like cats and dogs for the past 2 hours? For example, he'll be like, that's fighting over nothing. That's something so little.
This is the best part of the fight. The
Yeah, and I'm
makeout.
like, no, I am not having it. And he'll get mad. And I'm
Mhm.
like, I don't care.
What do you guys think about like a man turning you down for sex, like your husband saying no?
Oh my
Was that
god!
rehearsed?
I know.
The thing is that
It went
never
like
happened. So when it
that had
happens, it's
never
like,
happened ever,
What?
right?
Who are you fucking?
This is wrong. Yeah, that's a divorce.
Who are you cheating with?
This is it.
That's the thing.
That's
you
the
know
end
what?
of it. That's the end of the
It is.
relationship.
I think in my relationship, I could be the worst. He could be as mad as he could, sleeping like leave me the fuck alone, and I would just be like,
And that's it.
and rub him, and he'll be like,
I
God
don't.
damn you.
That has never happened in the history of ever.
yeah, that has never happened.
So if that happens to me,
a
that's
problem.
it. Yeah.
yeah, like maybe
Everything
he
is
doesn't like me
dead.
anymore. We start thinking, oh
No,
shit,
this is it.
he's
For me,
cheating.
I think
maybe he doesn't want
yeah.
me anymore. Am I ugly? Is
You
that
don't
not
see the
turning him
double
on?
standard?
our relationship is dead.
Exactly.
That's it. There's no
We get to
coming
do it,
back
but
from
they
that.
can't get to do it.
That is so. I see your point.
Right?
Yeah.
Oh, I see
What do
your
you think
point.
goes through our heads?
yeah.
What goes through your head? The same
Heads.
thing?
So
Heads.
it depends on the situation.
Heads.
I know heads both.
Depends. Well, I know the one head looks like her microphone, but
Blue.
but seriously,
Like
just
honestly, you think the same thing?
sometimes, like if it's like if we weren't fighting or something, and he's like, no, not tonight, and it's like Jesus, like,
Oh God.
am I just gaining that much weight right now? Like, first of all, I gained this weight for you, so there's not a bunch of other women.
That's what
like,
Chris
trying to like
says.
attract.
Uh-huh.
This
That's
is
what Chris
this is
says.
a layer of
I have
courtesy
4
fat.
kids.
is what
I'm
this
like,
is.
did you birth the fucking 4 kids?
Anyway, but no.
Four.
But there is times like when it's like, okay, like I mean, did I fuck something up? What did I do wrong?
Right.
Like, did she not like me? Is there somebody else? All the same things that you're
Really?
talking about. That all happens. I'm not saying it happens every single time. Sometimes like, all right, she had a long day. I get it. She's tired.
Really?
Yeah, but I mean, if you can't come up with a rational justification,
I'm tired
how many times are you going to use that same
all the
line?
time because I'm tired all the time.
tired, the headache, the thing.
No, I don't use a headache.
No,
I hardly ever get a headache.
really,
You
that's
know
good.
mine.
Oh,
Yeah, I don't get often headaches, but
You-
I am
It just
tired.
reminded me there's an old joke. The guy's trying to, he's
And the
in
mom.
bed with his wife, and he's like, "Hey, honey, do you want to fool around?" She, no, I have to go to the gynecologist tomorrow. I want to be fresh. He goes, "Oh, well, you don't have a dentist appointment, do you?"
Right.
no.
I knew it was that one.
But
Yeah.
no, but you see what I mean, though. Like
I get it.
it,
but
it never feels good to be turned down,
it doesn't.
man or
true.
woman.
But I would do it all the time.
But
I'm tired.
again, this goes back to what we talked about. It's your body. We have the right to decide whether or not we want to.
And I say
Partake.
that to Chris all the time. No means no.
My body, my choice.
Me
And he'll
too.
be like, well, he'll get confused.
Hashtag
sometimes,
me
because
too.
Sometimes I'm like, no, and he'll kind of like force me, and then I'm kind of like, okay, I kind of like that rough shit. You see? But then he'll know
this
when
not
I
what
mean
we were
it.
talking about?
Exactly. But he'll know
that's
when
the
I
husband.
mean it when I look at him and I say,
Anybody listening to this podcast, forget everything we talked about. None of it means anything.
She says no, go for it. I'm just kidding.
no, but when
No means yes, and yes means no. Figure it
he
out.
will know when I'm serious. When I look at him and I say, I said no means no, and he'll be like, oh, okay.
This one is
I
the
said
real
no,
no.
means no.
Exactly.
As
I
she's
did
stripping.
a TikTok video with that. Please don't take me with you. Please don't rape me. It's fake.
Strong language.
Yeah.
I know.
Sorry.
Have you guys ever been caught by the kiddies in the old act?
No,
Never been walked in on?
I'm never. My kids are not allowed to walk into my room without knocking.
Really? They're not.
None of
you
them.
want your kids to knock in the house?
They knock in my room or they call me, Mommy. Yes. Can I come in? Yes. They're not allowed to. I've trained them. All of them.
do
what?
except
To
Jonah,
do
he's
what?
Little.
To do what?
To knock on the door before
They
they
never
come in.
walk into my room without knocking or asking me first.
Really? Hmm.
Interesting.
I was raised very bad. Talk to my mom and dad. Not my fault.
No.
No. Honestly, I don't do that, obviously. I don't do that. But I don't know. When I was growing up, if the door was locked, I know it's not go. If it's open, I can go in. I don't have to knock. But that was me. You know what I mean? With Tyler,
Tyler, if the door is locked, that just means try harder.
no.
That
Well, we
means
don't
try to
lock
look
our
underneath the
doors,
door.
So maybe that's the difference. We don't lock
Exact-
it at all.
Yeah, we try not to also.
Yeah.
You lock the door.
Excuse
You
me.
lock the door.
I don't have
And
to anymore
that's not why.
because I sleep in the bed alone
Oh.
right now.
But what I mean is, with Tyler, I taught him that if the door is not locked, you can come in. You don't have to knock. But he
So-
was raised different.
I was
For
raised
him,
very
it's the
differently.
same.
That's what you
Exactly.
teach them.
Mhm.
I
Exactly.
taught Mia specifically. I started this with Mia because when me and Mia's father broke up, she was 2 years old, and back to I was having sex and sometimes bringing boyfriends over to my house
Mhm.
without her seeing them
Mhm.
in the middle of the night or whatever. And God forbid she would wake up and want to come into my bed or something. I always taught her, Mommy, knock on the door first, and then Mama will tell you if you're allowed to come. And Mia always, and she was little, she would knock at my door, Mommy, can I come in? And God forbid I was with a boyfriend or something, I would be like, No, Mommy, go back to bed. I'll come in. And then I would leave my room and then go into her room to see what was wrong.
Obviously, wash up a little bit first.
Yeah.
But
But I wouldn't let her come in.
Ty
Like
walked in
Ty-
on us once
he did.
And what
in the old
happened?
house. Remember?
No,
Oh my God.
Really? You don't remember?
no.
We told
Was
him
she
like,
facing down? Sorry.
we told him like, no, you're.
Hi, I
you're
remember.
sleeping. We told him
I
he was
remember.
dreaming.
I remember.
And then
Stop it. What if he hears this? Oh my
No,
Lord.
Not gonna
by the
hear
No,
time he
it's
hears
not
this, he'll
that.
be much older.
Wait, the problem is that he walked on us on the other room because that door was a pocket door and it didn't lock.
Okay.
It
So
was
he
one of those,
opened the
like,
door.
sliding doors. It was really.
The sliding
Shitty
door
old
that
house.
doesn't.
It was the old house.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
the
went.
the sliding door that it doesn't completely shut. So it's a little
Right.
open. So he went in
Make
He
sure you
went
speak
like-
into the mic, babe.
and he went
And
like,
what were
oh.
you doing? I
He was
wanna
on
know
top
what
of me.
positions-
He was on top of me. Yeah, you got it.
Missionary.
Mhm.
Exactly.
And what did
And
he
then-
see?
He tells me that the following morning, he said, Mama,
No. But what did you tell him when you saw him? walk
no,
into the room?
no, he just went off. I covered him. Yo, what's happening, Papa? And he said, I had a nightmare. Yeah,
Like,
okay,
you're
give
still,
me one
You're
second.
still having a nightmare.
Okay, just give me 1 second. He left and I went after him. The morning after, he says, Mama, you and Dad went like, what were you doing? Yeah. What? I think you were dreaming. He said, oh, okay. Yeah. No, yo, what were you dreaming? Said you and Papa, you and Dad were like, he,
And then,
he did like this.
wait. To make it even better, months and months, maybe even a year later, I think we were watching something on
A
TV.
movie and said, you were doing that.
He goes, that was what you and Papa, you and Dad were doing in the dream.
Remember that I told you?
We were
Really?
mortified.
I was like, wow.
That has never happened to me, and hopefully it won't.
That was
It's
horrible
honestly, with the amount of kids you have, it's a miracle that it hasn't happened.
because they're very well educated.
Did you ever walk in on your parents?
I
No.
didn't walk in, but I heard.
What?
So I was.
Oh my God.
I was probably.
Can you recreate what it sounded
Yes,
like?
please.
Let me see if
Go.
I remember. I was like, I had just gotten here from Cuba. We had just rented in Palm Avenue with our friend, some friends of my parents. So I was like 11 years old because I got here at 10. So I was like 11. And we rented this little duplex that had 2 bedrooms. And
I remember that
a little
place.
salita. And I, in the summer, would stay up at night late watching TV in the living room because whatever it was summer, my mom would let me. And one time, I was up very late, and I don't think she realized how late I was up. But when I was going to go to sleep into my room, I hear, and I'm like,
Oh my Lord.
and so of course I put my ear to
Somebody's
the
hurt.
door.
What's happening in there? Mommy, you need
And I'm
help?
like, oh my God.
He's killing her.
Come on, I was 11.
You
I
knew
wasn't-
what's happening.
So I was like, oh my God, this is so wrong.
We just 11. Like, it's funny we're talking about ages, like when you really know about stuff like that. We just had to explain to Tyler either today or yesterday what a prostitute was.
I know. He didn't know what it was.
Oh.
I
He said, "What's
well,
that?"
on the
He's
street we
such a
call them
baby.
hookers or
He
hoes.
is. He's very...
Oh.
And the difference and all that. Oh my God. You know what he didn't know?
What?
He said, Mama, all girls wear a bra. Yeah. Well, yes. I said, oh, yeah, but not your age. Probably not everyone is going to wear one. If you don't need it, you don't wear it yet. I said, oh, okay. Some are girls that don't need it yet. Yes. Put up your shirt. You see this? Girls are like that, just like you.
Right.
And then they will develop. They said, oh, they're like me right now. Yes. You're seeing that? That's it. It was so like, wow.
He's realizing-
Really?
Yeah.
Does he
Is
not
it-
have
is it-
internet access?
Huh?
Does he not have internet access? Me
He's
at that
very.
age was
He
already
does. I
searching,
don't think he
what
knows where
is
to
a
look.
dick?
No, he doesn't know what it looks.
Okay, I caught my daughter looking up what is a dick. Remember?
She heard the word. She wanted to know what it was.
Okay. And so of course I look at her iPad and there's penises everywhere and I'm like,
Oh my god! Of course, that's gonna come up.
what? So then of course
Why do you
Isn't
think it was gonna
I
come
just
up?
imagine the scene from Superbad with the little kid drawing pictures of dicks everywhere. She just looks at the iPad. It's just all like
yes,
cartoon
I
I'm
pictures
like,
of
what
dicks.
the hell is this? So of course I went up to her and I'm like, what the fuck is this? And she just
It's a dick.
she's like,
A dick?
Like a man dick?
she didn't know what to say. I'm like, Mia.
I
why
wanted
you
to
look
know
this
what
up?
it was.
And
I
I'm
wanted
like,
to
"No,"
see
but I
one.
sat down with her and I said, why didn't you ask me? Where did you hear about dicks in school? And I
You, I heard it from
No,
listening to you.
No, from school. They told her in school what sex was. I didn't
Kids
teach her what
talk
sex
about
was.
those
I'm
things.
like, what? Why? Who would they tell you? Yes. And so I'm like, if you wanted to see a penis, you could have just told me. And there's your little brother. It looks just like that, but bigger. I mean, it's not
Mhm.
a
Most
big
of the time.
deal. I said it's a organ. It's a
Mhm.
male organ, just like a woman's parts. You know, if you want to see it, I will show you.
Mm-hmm.
But you don't have to be searching on the internet because you could find things on the internet
That
not
are
appropriate
not-
for your
yeah.
age.
But
And-
that's the tricky thing is like we always talk
He-
about this. Is
but-
how do you develop that relationship with the kid to make them
Little
feel
by little.
comfortable to ask you a question?
Well, now
like
she
that?
asks me anything.
Exactly.
You know,
But,
anything.
I don't know what we were talking about. Oh, Tyler, I think he said something about sex or something like that. And I asked him, do you want to know about sex? Do you have any questions? Do you want to talk about it? And he said, no, not really.
Because he's not mature enough yet.
Yeah,
He's not.
okay.
Especially boys.
And I said, okay, whenever you feel that you have questions or you need to talk, you can talk to me. Or
Right.
if you're not feel comfortable with me, you can talk to Dad.
Right.
He said, okay.
And that's the way that it should be.
But I think if you go like, sex, that's such a thing,
Then
like,
you're not ready yet.
then he will never,
You're not ready. That's why I know that my daughter's ready. She's been ready.
when
she
they
already
ask the
knows
questions,
Everything.
they're ready to hear the
You
answer.
know? And so I try to tell her everything about it. But that's a hard topic to speak to your kids about. So we kind of make it like a joke. But I tell her everything.
So she
you know,
doesn't
especially
feel.
Well,
you know?
The difficult thing is that all these kids are at different levels.
Mm-hmm.
So there's always like one kid who's the first to learn about it,
Mm-hmm.
and then they filter that down to the little friends, and they, obviously the information is usually all wrong anyway.
He has a
but-
Completely
friend.
wrong.
Oh my God, he has a friend that he said, "I know everything about love and romance. Whatever you want to know, bro, I got you."
yeah.
Oh my God, that was so funny. And he came up to me and he said, "Oh, my friend knows everything about romance,
He
Mom."
believes these little stupid bastards.
He doesn't know it. Does he have a girlfriend? He said, no. Have he ever had a girlfriend? No. Yeah, he knows nothing. I'm telling you, he
knows
knows
what his
nothing.
mom told him.
This kid
Not
doesn't know
even
anything.
that,
He doesn't even know
you
how to
know-
find his own dick.
You know how
Oh,
they
God.
know? He said, I know everything because I've watched every anime. So that's why I know everything about romance.
This is what we're dealing with.
My God.
And just like that. Yep. Mm-hmm.
So, if you guys are thinking about having kids, consider this. But this is the stuff that happens: is that people get, especially when you're young, you get bad info from other people who are the same age,
I
and it's
know.
not till you're older that you realize they didn't know what the fuck they were talking about either.
Your mom had the sex conversation with you? The talk?
I don't remember, to be honest.
And make sure you speak into the mic.
Sorry. To be honest with you, I really don't remember.
My
I
dad
mean, I
did.
had sex very young,
But
Oh,
she
yeah.
never had that
14.
conversation?
and my daughter's 13.
You,
mind you.
she said, this one said to me, I will never forget. We were at my house.
I might have
And she
forgotten.
said, and she told me, what's happening with your memory? She said to me, like, I'm gonna have sex when I'm 15. And I said, oh, that is like tomorrow. What? And she said, yeah, I'm ready and I'm doing it. I have it all planned out. Just, this is old lady me. Like, think about it. You should wait. Like, really, you're too young. We're kids. Come on. Just wait. Just wait a little bit. We were in the bathroom in my house. And you said,
I have
and
no
you were,
recollection of this conversation.
and you were so ready. You said, I'm doing it when I'm 15. That's it. And you didn't even wait 15.
I met the one at 14. And
But
I'm
you
glad.
were with him already. When you said, I'm ready, you were with him.
But I'm glad I did, you know.
You remember when you went to my house to the pool and you brought him?
Yes.
That was the day. You told me, I'm doing
Really?
it. Yeah.
That's so cool.
I
I
never
feel
had,
like-
I never felt that.
But let me tell
sure
you, that's
about
what
it.
I want. I want my daughter to feel what I felt when I lost my
Like
virginity.
you were ready.
I don't want her to lose her virginity in the back of a fucking car or something.
Was there a song playing
Weird.
when you did?
It was nice.
Roses.
Do you remember?
No.
No
Roses by Outkast?
No.
Caroline.
No, I don't remember. We just had music on, like regular music on.
Romantic
But it was nice. It was and he was so worried about me. He was like, "Are you okay?"
He was
And I'm
older
like-
than you.
And I'm like, I
How
don't
old?
know.
Like 35?
Very fun.
Oh my God.
Kidding.
Pedophile. I was 14 and Yuciel was 18.
Yes.
17.
Okay.
Oh my
He was
God.
17.
Almost there.
Yeah, yeah.
Almost there.
17. He was 17.
He was almost old enough where I'd have to blank that name out.
Yeah,
Mhm.
he was 17. 17 because then he turned 18 when he was with me. Yeah, he was 17.
And you
He
were.
was a senior
Mm.
and I was a freshman. So, but it was great. He was worried about me all the time and calling me and asking me if I was fine, if I wanted him to stop, if which is good. A lot of kids don't care.
Mhm.
That's true.
They don't care. And to me, it felt special.
Mhm.
Even though I didn't end up with him, he wasn't the love of my life, but I'm glad it was with him.
But
I'm glad it was the way that it was. And
What-
that's what I want. I told Mia, the first person that you lose your virginity to, most likely is not going to be the person you
Mhm.
end up with.
Yeah.
yeah,
But as long as it was special,
it was worth
then
it.
it was worth it.
Did it hurt?
Yes, it did.
A lot.
Yes, it did.
Enough to make you question if you want to try it again?
No, not that much.
Okay, good. You, when was it that you lost your
It
virginity?
did for you.
For me, I didn't want to. You're,
I'm never having sex
I'm not
again.
doing it again. That's horrible. How people
How do you
enjoy
like
this.
She would be, how do you like this?
It
And I'm like, how
hurts.
do you not?
Like, this hurts. When I lost my virginity, you had experience, years of experience. Okay, stop it. You, when was it that you?
I think I was 16.
16,
Yeah.
almost there.
My
Not,
husband
not
was
too
like
old, not too young.
10
No, that
years
was
old.
good.
10 or
What?
11. Chris got
No.
raped. No, he was like 12.
Oh, you
12.
just used a big word right there.
No, oh my God, you're
Chris?
so sensitive.
Chris was like
12.
11 or 12.
But he was not raped. He's just
Oh.
kidding.
I say he was raped because it was,
It was
an
a-
No, but
older
she
that's-
was a
girl.
child.
Hang on, but that's a thing. Like,
I know,
it was,
I'm
it
just
was
kidding.
an older
It's true.
girl.
Yeah, there's
it
like
was.
creepy
She
older
was like
girls
16
who,
or
like-
That's a
something.
thing. That's a thing
Yes.
for real.
She was like 16 or something, and it was his neighbor, his next door neighbor. And I'm like,
How old were you? 16.
16.
How old was the girl?
She was,
16?
maybe the same age or a year older. Tops.
Okay, that's good.
you see. But yeah, no, he experienced girl.
That's right. Mm.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, I lost it like I was 18. 18.
Could you imagine though being like in your 20s and trying to lose it? And you
I
can't?
know, I'll be so worried, so weird. I will be like, I'm a psycho. What is this? I'll be worried about myself.
What do you think that
I
does
don't know.
to?
It's so weird.
What do you think that does to a person's head?
It messes with you.
Right?
With your self-esteem, with everything, right? I was 18 because
That was your choice.
it was my
Right.
choice
Yeah.
because I grew up with my mom telling me, you have to wait until you get married.
Back to what we were talking
Mhm.
about.
And then I
Wait
felt
for
bad.
marriage.
Wait for
You're gonna be a slut.
I even felt guilty because I was not married and I was
She-
a kid.
She thought
Yeah,
about
it's-
it, and I was always pushing her. Do it.
It's so different
Do
it's so different
it.
for boys because
And
like,
he was
as a boy-
24. Like,
As a
Oh, yeah.
boy,
mhm.
you're like you're desperate to lose it. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
it's all
yeah,
you think
yeah.
about.
Cause that makes you a man.
Yeah.
I know.
It's
And
almost
it's
like a rite of
different.
passage. for-
Right.
But
for
then
boys.
we are told all this, you have to wait, you have to wait, you have to wait. They don't tell you when it feels right.
That's
They-
what I
they
tell
just-
Mia.
You
know
have
what
to
I
wait, you
think-
have to wait, you have to wait. Like, wait for what? Like, how am I going to know? Like, this is, like, it has to
What
feel
if the
right.
person I
That's
marry is a shitty lover?
it. I know.
Yeah. But
You're
know what I
stuck
think?
with him.
Consider this. Think about the way they teach girls. Like, you have to wait. You have to hold it back. Don't let them get what they're looking for.
Mhm.
And with
They
guys,
just want that.
Guys, you're like a hunter. You're trying to chase down like a girl. It's almost like they program kids
They
in this
do.
adversarial
They do.
mindset
Different things.
where it's a whole cat and mouse game.
They
Like,
do.
really,
Hmm.
it feels really unhealthy.
Which
And
when
I
you
fight
look
think
with my
at it.
it's
husband about all the
unhealthy
time.
for both. It's unhealthy for the girl
I
that
agree.
has been told you have to wait. Even if she wants to, she feels guilty, then she's not going to do it. I know. That's not healthy.
I tell my daughter, wait until you feel it's right. The only thing that I ask you for is that whenever you think that you're
You
ready,
Let me know.
please let me know so that I can help you. Not so that I can stop you, but so that
Prepare
I can
you.
help you.
Mhm.
Because I don't
What are you gonna
think
be in
you need
there
to
in,
get
in the
pregnant.
hotel room? All right, now hold her head
No,
like this.
No,
You silly
help you
Billy.
meaning like take
Like-
her to a doctor, get her some contraceptive pills, and teach her how to put on a fucking condom.
Mhm.
Because she needs to know how to do it, not trust the guy doing it. I'm sorry.
What if the guy doesn't have a clue? And she's the one that has
That's a
to
very common
bring
occurrence.
the condom.
Mm.
She has to know and she has
Well,
to
there's
learn.
always the guys that are like, oh, I don't have one. I guess
Exactly.
Oh, I
Well,
have
here
it.
you go. Exactly.
Hmm.
And I've always told her, you
I-
carry.
I
you're always
think
gonna
most
carry
of
one.
most of the guys they do it on purpose. Like, I don't
Mhm.
like it. I'm not gonna use it.
I don't give a shit.
But there's also guys who are literally like, I didn't think I
Um,
was going to be getting lucky tonight.
That's
you know?
true. That's true
True.
too.
That does
And there's guys that have
But
one
then
and
there's
the
a CVS right
wallet
across the street.
completely
then there's a-
expired.
then there's a guy guys who don't lose their virginity till they're 27 and they have one in their wallet for like.
Oh
10
my
When
God,
they were
an
15.
old condom,
Yeah.
and that's how you get pregnant.
Boop.
Oh,
No.
anyway, we covered a lot of ground tonight.
I know. I like it.
It was fun.
Very fun.
Anything that you have that
Wonder what my son is doing.
I know.
Which
Sleeping.
son?
Probably sleeping.
This one.
Yeah, he's probably either raising hell or passed out.
Anything that you feel like you want to put out there. Why am I playing hostess
Because you,
this night? I don't,
Cause
know.
she-
honestly, at
is.
this point, you
Let's
might
see
have
what
been on the
happening.
show more than anyone
I
else.
don't know what's
Exactly.
happening.
I don't know.
Actually, you've definitely been on the show more than anyone else, aside from me.
Really?
100%.
You're the wife.
Do you think there's a? I don't know. If you would give your daughter an advice on when to get married, do you have an age that you
Not
think
at
is
all.
best? No.
For marriage?
Yeah.
Not at all.
There's people that think that you shouldn't get married before 30.
Not at all.
And then if you live
That's
in
why
the
I'm
South, they
asking.
get married at 17.
Not at all. We
Or
live in the
15.
21st century. It doesn't work out. Get fucking divorced. It's not a big deal.
See, I don't like that.
I mean,
like that.
I think that if you feel like, I mean,
Mhm.
as long as you're dating and you've gotten to know each other and you
Mhm.
know, fine.
You wanna
guys
give it a fair
decide you wanna
try.
get married, fine. You guys give it a try. But it's not like you're gonna use marriage for sport either. Every guy you
Mhm.
meet, I'm gonna marry him. Oh, I didn't like him. I'm gonna divorce him now. No,
Let's go to Vegas.
obviously
Let's
no.
divorce
I
him.
do recall seeing an interesting stat. They're saying that like as like the boomers and Gen X get older, and now it's millennials that are of like marriage age. They said that the divorce rate has dropped because on average millennials wait longer to get married, usually waiting till they're more ready.
Yeah, well, I
Right.
don't think you should get married at 15 years old.
Well, I don't think so
16 years
either.
old. But back to what we were saying. If you have all the things that qualify you to say you are an independent woman and you want to make that decision, fine. You're financially stable, you have a career or a well-paying job if you decided not to go to school or whatever. You know, you don't need somebody else to depend on. You know, you
Mhm.
are independent, meaning you hold your bills, you have your place, you do
Mhm.
everything that you're supposed to be doing, and then somebody else walks into your life and you want to make it better by marrying that person, then you have the green light by me.
Okay.
Go ahead.
That makes
But
sense.
if you're doing it because, oh, I need him because he's going to pay half of my, house.
I
or
know.
that's not,
Yes, yeah.
The right
They're
reasons.
usually looking for a meal ticket.
that's not, yeah.
And what about kids? Do you think there's that's
Again,
something
You
different?
have to be mature enough to have a child. I don't agree with children having children. I really
That I
don't.
think for
I
that
feel
you
like
do
everything
need
has
to
a
be
etapa. How do you say it?
yeah. Un-
Mm-hmm. Etapa.
Etapa.
Everything has an etapa.
I don't know.
have no idea.
Subtitles.
Everything has a phase.
You're the gringa here.
Phase.
Yes.
Everything has a phase. Like every age has a phase. Like you have to go through every phase of life. That's what I
Let me,
mean.
pero exactly based on that, do you think like an age to have kids like 25 is better because you have the energy, you're not
I
that
feel
young,
the younger
and you're
the
not that
better
old?
Once, wait a minute.
That's what I'm
The
asking.
younger the better. Once you are again
All those
There's
things
a
that you
sweet spot in
mentioned.
there.
correct.
Mhm.
The younger the better. Once you have all those things, you're financially stable, especially financially stable to provide for your child and take care of him and not have to back to the same thing. If the father of the child, God forbid, leaves you and you are a single mother, you can provide for that child and take care
And
of him
what about
without
Well,
living
hang
under
on.
the bridge.
Before we go too far, why don't we? What do you say we put a pin in this and go take care of our children, our collective children?
I know, but I just want to ask her one question
Okay.
in reference to the age and the kids. Just
Maybe you should
infer-
text and ask how
just
he's
one-
doing, and if he's sleeping, we could keep going.
No, just one question. Infertility has to do with the age that you wait to have kids?
I heard that was they disproved
I
all that.
heard that's why I'm asking
No.
because I've heard that past 35 your chances of
you
getting
have a higher
pregnant.
risk, and yes, that is true. The higher the risk is because the eggs,
Mhm.
okay, start getting older. I
Okay.
guess you could say
Mm.
older, and the older the eggs, the weaker the eggs, so they don't function.
That
as
applies
well.
to men as well? Or they don't have that
No,
problem
Not
Their
really. Men
sperm-
can impregnate women.
even if they're 70.
Correct. The
So
problem
we
with
have an
men
issue.
is the sperm, where their sperm count can lower
They
but
have low
as-
sperm
correct.
mobility.
Mhm.
motility.
And they-
Motility.
Correct.
And they get lazy, no?
But
I'm
as-
always thinking mobility,
that's
like
the
there's like
motility.
little like
But as
decrepit old
they get
sperm.
they get
as
lazy.
long as they have sperm,
They can
it
it
doesn't
can
matter.
happen.
it can.
But
it can
we
happen. But women,
for us it's
yes,
challenging.
For women, the
After
older you get,
35?
and the more chances that you have of a child being born with
Birth defect.
I read and I
some
wanted
sort of
to
congenital issue.
that's what because I read that at 35 your chances drop 50%. That's why I wanted to know
It
if it
is
was
true.
true. Okay.
It's true. Because
Okay.
of your eggs.
All
That
right.
is true.
Let's continue this in the house.
Perfect. No, yeah, we're done.
Are you done?
Yes.
Oh, okay. You guys are not going to talk about this ever again?
No.
No. We're done with
Yeah.
We'll talk about
infertility.
this tomorrow.
All right. Well, ladies, it's as always, it's been a pleasure. I appreciate you taking the time to come chat with me and the listeners and viewers.
Thank you for having me.
Always a pleasure.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us.
Can
You know where to
tell
find
your
us.
followers to follow me on TikTok?
Yes, what's your TikTok handle?
So, Mirna, plug what you got to plug. Where can they find you?
TikTok.
Me
Nema 6665. NEMA 6665.
NEMA 6665.
65.
Okay. That number, any reason why that number?
No.
Okay, just
You
wondering.
threw the 5 in there to make it less like satanic, I guess.
You had, I know, weird. You should have said 6969, something like that, more
Yeah, given the
more
content
sexy.
you're putting out
I
there.
know.
Hey,
Six,
hey,
six,
hey,
six,
hey.
six, six, six,
It's
six.
not that pornographic.
Yeah.
Like, ooh.
There's going to be some thirsty guys following you from this.
Oh my god, you have no idea
Uh,
what I get.
I,
You have no
I have an
idea what
idea.
I get.
I have an idea.
Okay, good night.
Good night, everyone. So
Bye.
thank you for joining
Oh
us.
my
Make sure you
God.
follow us, A Pot Amongst Men, on Instagram and Twitter, apotamongstmen@gmail.com for any comments, questions, or concerns. Make sure you follow us on, subscribe to us on YouTube, like and subscribe. Make sure you follow us on iTunes, Spotify, SoundCloud, iHeartRadio, Amazon Podcasts, Stitcher, Spotify, Google Play. I said Instagram and Twitter already, right? It just, A Pot Amongst Men, wherever you get your podcast, you'll find us. That's it. I don't need to. Oh, I activated my Google. Sorry. Shut up. Yeah, I guess we'll see you next week. Bye.
Bye bye.